Hello everybody and welcome to the Sunday Night Racing League. Today is a Tuesday and we are here for round 7 at the Temple of Speed. So I will give people a few seconds to filter in and then I will do a quick rundown of the grid. Have a look, see where everyone has qualified. Of course, with the usual system being top 3 qualifiers start in the back 3 positions but get those extra few points, which can be very useful towards the championship, although it looks like at the moment with just this round and one more to go, Fast Guy is going to run away with it. Even if for whatever reason he completely bluffs this race and the one next week, he still has some very good skills to work with. So we will see how that works for him. But now, good evening Sarlacc, and we'll start our rundown of the grid. So here we are at the wonderful Monza. 9 cars racing here today. The driver starting on the front of that grid is Chris Boo, our current P2 in the championship. Looks like he's going to be able to hold on to that. Binko not racing today. His closest competitor at the moment. Actually, neither is Noxie. So Chris Boo in a very good position to get second in the championship. Not in the top 3 qualifiers, qualifying 4th fastest here. Then behind him we have got YOLO in at pink and silver Porsche. Then we've got Gibbo starting in 5th position. Shortly behind him is Bunnies. And then we have got Flashman. And behind Flashman, slowest qualifying in 9th, we have Rob on drums in that wonderful purple livery. Good evening. Then our 3 fastest qualifiers starting from the back and getting those 3, 4 and 5 extra points is going to be Fast Guy, championship leader, qualified 3rd. He gets 3 extra points for that. GT87 Tiger, qualified 2nd fastest, currently 5th in the championship, but he'll be hoping to make his way up. He has had a couple of absences, so all of his scores, with none of them are going to be drop scores, they all matter a lot. He had a bit of a fluff in round 1, so we're looking to try and move up the order if he can. And then our fastest qualifier here today, Sarlacc, starting from the back of the grid. Going to have a long way to make up, but of course here at Monza, and I believe it's the no chicane layout, I actually can't remember, I know Formula X did that. There's of course plenty of overtaking opportunities, also plenty of places for it to go wrong. Very much matters your exit speed on the corners. We will now get underway with the race. Ooh. Yeah, don't get that there. So here we go. Drivers getting ready to go. Chris Boo starting at the front and they've got the green light. Away they're going already. You can see further down the order. I believe that's Flashman pulling out to try and go for a move. Chris Boo still holding on to the lead for the moment. So quite a solid lead here. Yellow in the second. Flashman side by side with Bunnies coming into Curva Grande. Bunnies on the inside should be able to hold it. Extra grip and less distance to travel helps him a lot. Driver there going past a little bit, so like up 1 position. Bunny's considering the move when Yellow decides better of it into the first chicane. Drivers going straight over the curb. Someone there kind of put deep, thinking like Robin Drums further down the order. Robin Drums down into last position. Sarlacc up to 6th, he's getting 3 positions already. Ahead of Fast Guy and Tiger, the other 2 quick qualifiers. Chris Boo for the moment holding the lead. Decent gap. But still within the slipstream. Bunnies right behind Gibber. We might see him all coming down into Ascari. Just 10 laps. Most of the drivers, it seems, choosing to start on a soft tyre. Holding that 2nd position for the moment. Yola going very wide. They're getting on the gravel. As is Flashman behind him. And so I think that was Tiger. No Fast Guy behind them. So up ahead, Bunny's trying to get around the outside of Gibbo. Not going to work for him. Now Bunnies is on the inside. That's going to have a slightly slower run on the exit. Wants to tuck into the slipstream. go for the move as late as he can. Ideally, you want to get up inside of Curva Grande or hold off on the passing until you get into the chicane. His front three have a decent gap at the outer Flashman slipstream. Flashman himself under threat from behind, both Sarlik and Yellow. Sarlik going up the inside, and yet Flashman's got himself on the wrong side of the track, and everyone going up the inside of him here. Yellow also through. Of course, better for the braking zone to be on that side is Bunnies. What's happened to him? Bunnies dropping down to 9th position. I'll have a quick look at that, because I'm not sure what caused that to happen. So Bunny's in 3rd position here. Misses his braking point, has to avoid the drivers and gets reset to track. That drops him down to 9th position. See, the battle's still going, plenty here onto lap 2. Flashman leading that group is Tiger and Yellow side by side. Vasco also looking to get through. Vasco on the inside of Yellow going through the second Lesmo. Looks like he's up to 6th position while Sarlik up into 3rd. He'll be happy with that one. So we'll start closing down on the leaders. And Flashman going to act as a bit of a buffer while he's gaining time with the guys in front. Three-way battle. Flashman, 3rd fastest qualifier, looking to make the move. Sorry, Tiger, 2nd fastest qualifier, looking to move on Flashman. Looks like he has got him on the inside. Flashman perhaps going a bit deep there, but of course, coming down the main straight, he may have a chance to try and get back through, but he'll have to pay attention to what Vasco is going to do behind him. See plenty of overspeed for him here. Actually choosing to bump draft him. It's an interesting decision. He's not far enough away from Vasco, he can pull away from him. Now Vasco to get on his inside, he has got alongside him. The Flashman is the inside for the braking zone and his car is slightly ahead. But Vasco pulls his car across, and I don't know if there was contact there or not, but Flashman getting reset to track. That drops him down to last. There's Bunnies, just saw him getting moved there, and the same thing happened to him last lap. A few drivers cramping up here. I think perhaps one of the drivers, Vasco maybe considering waiting for Flashman. I'm not sure if there was contact between the two of them or what happened. Top board of this battle nearer the front, Chris Boot gapped Gibbo, but it seems Gibbo under threat from Sarlik. He's now right on his tail. So Sarlik doing what he can to close that gap down. Looking for the move on the inside there. Very nicely done. Hold that speed though, Gibbo. For a very long cutback, and you know what? It looks like he's managed to do it. Gibbo maintaining that 2nd position. A huge gap down to the guys further back. There's a 3-way battle going on. Is this for 5th position? Just that fast guy only at half throttle here. I'm not quite sure what he's doing. He's trying to let Flashman through perhaps the incident last lap. Not entirely sure what's going on there, but either way, fast guy going slow on the straight. 2 purple cars, and it's just Kane Rumdrums trying to send it up the inside. Side's better of it. It's going a bit slowly through the chicane because of it. Sarlik knows there's still plenty of time, only 3 full laps complete so far. Still 6.5 to go. Doesn't have to pounce too early, and of course, lightly around the pit stops to come. Now interestingly, Gibbo not doing too bad a job at keeping up with Chris Boo. Chris Boo seems to be much better at qualifying, and the race itself, from what we've seen, he has had some good performances. Generally, qualifying does seem to be the biggest strength. You can see the huge gap between 4th and 5th position. Not sure how much time that is. Keep an eye on what time Tiger crosses the line. That's about 47. So yeah, we're looking at 8-9 seconds between 4th and 5th position. Very hard for the guys behind to catch up on us in an extremely different strategy. There's not much battling going on between this top three. Interesting, Sarlek slowed up in pace a bit. The fast guy seemed to have left the race. I hadn't noticed when that happened at first. See the field kind of split into 2 packs at the moment. I don't believe anyone in Slipstream itself. YOLO doing a little bit of sliding. Gibber, I think, within the Slipstream of Chris Boo. Just might be starting to feel their tyres a little bit now. See the rear left Gibber getting quite red. Chris Boo not having the same thing actually. And has burnt less fuel, but Sarlek burned less fuel than the two of them. A good tyre wear from him as well. See what happens between these top 3. Chris Boo into the pits, Gibbo staying out, as does Sarlek. Gibbo taking the lead for the moment. So we'll see if anyone else pits. I think it's quite unlikely. Usually drivers like to extend their soft stint a bit more than their second stint. No, Bunny's also going into the pits. Interesting from Bunny's, given he tends to struggle with his tyre wear a bit more. So Chris Boo not actually changing his tyres, staying on the same tyres and just choosing to refuel. An interesting choice, we'll see. Bunny's doing the same thing. No, Bunny's going on a fresh set of supers. So Chris Boo, yeah, not changing his tyres. We'll see how that works out for him. Once that gains you 2 or 3 seconds in the pit lane, might cost you that time by the end of the stint. So we'll see what he can do. Give some track position. Up to him now to defend what will be older tyres. As of course the other drivers do the same thing. Sarlek now on the tail of Gibbo. You might see drivers pitting this lap, 6 laps down, 4 more to go. Gibbo very slow into Parabolica. Yeah, both drivers straight into the pit lane. Sarlek, of course, has the fuel advantage by miles. GT Tiger even more so. And he can use that to his strength, might come out ahead of them. We'll see what will do to come out the pit lane. Yellow also going into the pit lane, and this Rob on drums. Flashman staying out for another lap. So the question is now, where will the guys pitted A come out compared to each other, but B come out compared to Chris Boo? Tiger not changing tyres. Actually getting ahead of Sarlek, who also didn't change tyres. Tiger has a bit more wear on his. Now Chris Boo, of course, had the overspeed. Not coming out of the pit lane, and right on the tail of Sarlek. And you know what? He's going to get through. He's on the outside to avoid the gravel. Not something you want to be touching there. And no slots in behind. It's now 3-way battle for what is essentially the net lead. Thus Robin Drums is going for a no stop. Judging by his fuel, I don't think he is. And this could get very, very interesting. Currently Tiger has that track position. All of them didn't change their tyres when they pitted. Tiger with the lightest car fuel-wise at the moment. think Chris Boo just about has the best tyres. Sarlik looking for a move into Viscari now. Up the inside, that's of course going to be slower for the both of them. And Chris Boo to close up on them even more. Not able to get the move. Boom. Now it'll be a case of capitalising on each other's mistakes, perhaps saving your tyres for the last lap to go for a move. Let's see if Robin Drums comes into the pit lane now. No, still staying out. 3 laps to go. You need 30% of your fuel. Let's jump back to the lead battle. So, Tiger. Is he bump drafting or is he saving fuel there? Maybe bump drafting. Now, we'll be looking for the move. Trying to swap them for positions. All of them so close together. That's the lead, heating up a slight tap on the rear of Sarlik there. Doesn't settle in too much. The driver's continuing on relatively unfazed. Look at the rest of the field. I think mostly drivers more or less on their own. Bunnies and Flashman were together. Flashman actually making a mistake on the exit to that corner. That's cost him a bit. We'll hop back on board on this battle net lead. Sarlik starting to distance the other two slightly. Sarlik and Tiger were our 2 fastest qualifiers. They've worked their way up from 9th and 8th position starting on the grid. Chris Boo started on the pole. 4 fastest qualifiers, of course. Does not get those extra points. He'll be looking to get a podium here. Ideally, if he can, like to fight his way up for a win, going slightly deep though. Still think within the slipstream as Rom Drums comes into the pit lane with 2 laps left to go. Well, now is he in the slipstream? I'm not sure he is. I think Tiger and Sarlik going to start working together here to try and distance their other rival. Of course, there's only 2 of you fighting for the win, more likely to get it. If they do that, then we'll wait until the last lap to get their battles kicking off. Yeah, no, I think they're going to wish to escape Chris Boo. Sarlik and Tiger from the back of the field as Tiger sets a green at first sector, half a second green in fact. I'm happy with that one. Yeah, that is now definitely 3/4 of a second gap between P2 and 3. Robin Drums came out in P5. Perhaps on a threat from YOLO, but not excessively so. Just a case of seeing what happens. The lead battles where most of the action is currently. Those drivers now starting to settle down a bit, although having said that, these 2 still not quite close enough to be battling, so I'll hop back and board to the lead battle. Sarlik. Is he distancing Tiger? Hard to tell if he's got the slipstream or not. It's right at that board, and of course the replays don't show the interval. Going very wide. Losing a bit of time there. We'll see. Very tricky to say. Drivers now starting their last lap. Sarlik in the best position track-wise, actually has more fuel to burn through. As does Chris Boo. Tiger a bit on the lower end. Hello, Rob on drums. Well, actually, as I say that, Rob on drums side, being passed. No, sorry. Rob on drums defending from YOLO. Running side by side, YOLO on the inside of Curva Grande. Or will be. Already through. Might see a move going into the chicane. Ends YOLO. Selling the purple first sector. That's the advantage of slipstream here. Hugely important, so you don't want to get dropped. Seems YOLO actually starting to pull away from Robin Drums. Ron Drums, of course, didn't change his tyres when he pitted. Yolo did, so he's now on the fresh supers, and that explains the difference in pace. Seems very unlikely to be able to close that down. Sarlek still in the lead. Tiger on his tail, but doesn't have an excessive amount of fuel. I think he might need to fuel save slightly as he goes sideways, coming out the exit of Ascari, and those tyres now really felt by the drivers. Sarlek definitely out of the slipstream. Perhaps Tiger isn't. Tiger's going to have to watch his fuel here. I think he might run out before the line. I think Chris Boone may get second position. We'll keep an eye on Sarlek first, though, as he crosses the line, taking the win at the Temple of Speed. Wins Monza. Tiger does get it, but not by a huge amount. Gibber going to come across the line in fourth position. Have Yolo shortly followed by Rob on drums. And Bunny's in eighth position. Flashman getting that final place, but we'll pause it now. And of course our championship leader, Fast Guy, quit the race, so he won't be getting the points. We will have a quick look at the timing board, see where the drivers got. So Sarlek was the man who got fastest lap. Got that. Which lap was it? Does it say? No, I don't think it does. But yeah, the fastest lap there for him. See, there was a half-second gap at the end. I think Tiger just timed his fuel, perhaps a little bit careful. Looked to be ran out by the time he got to the line, but not the end of the world for him, as he still got a second position. So I'll do a quick rundown of the points order and see. Oh, it was lap 9 where you got that. Okay, so Sarlek got it on lap 9. Interesting, you got it then. I guess your car was quite light, but you would have had the advantage of sorry, I guess your car was quite light, but you would have the disadvantage of old soft tyres. So Sarlek from this getting the maximum point haul of 31.25 for the win, 5 for the fastest time in qualifying, and 1 for the fastest lap. And that puts him in very good stead. He was currently 9th in the championship, of course, after suffering that race disqualification and race ban earlier on in the season. Yeah. But that does mean he is now going to be on, trust the calculator out, sitting on 80 points. So he does overtake Binko. We'll work out Chris Boo's score though, see how far ahead Chris Boo is. Chris Boo currently on 87, second in the championship. So Chris Boo from this race finished third position, didn't get any extra points from the qualifying, and of course Sarlek got that fastest lap, so that is 20 points for him. And that puts him on 107 points with just one round to go. Now work out what Fast Guy's on, see how much you can close it down on Fast Guy. Fast Guy may perhaps have already got the championship. I'll work this out. So Fast Guy is on 135, but he'll get at least his dropped score. So, hang on, let me check my maths. I think Fast Guy may have the championship. Trying to work out my maths here to make sure I'm not doing this incorrectly. But yeah, I'm fairly certain that Fast Guy has now got the championship. So obviously wait for Stewart's report to come through, as this is provisional and Jam to stick up the wonderful graphics he makes. But unofficially say Fast Guy, the man who actually ended up quitting this race, has won the championship. Then we will have a look at where Tiger is standing. So Tiger currently 5th in the championship, in a very good race here, getting its second position as well as qualifying second itself. So that's 26 points between the 4 plus the 22. So I'll quickly work out. Tiger already had 2 absences, so all of his scores count. This is his best score of the season though, and he is on 93 points, which I believe is only a few more than what I said for Sarlacc, no, Sarlacc I said 80, so a bit of a gap to him. But on that 93 points, that pops him 14 points behind Chris Boot. Of course, this is all assuming I got my maths right, which, thinking back to the numbers I said compared to the standing that came up after last race, it wasn't completely correct last race. Noxie didn't race, but he was on 70 points. He does drop down behind Tiger, and I think behind Bunnies as well. Bunny's got 10 points for this race for that 7th position. Currently 6th in the championship. So I'll quickly add up his points. And we can see that he is on 72 points currently. So he does jump both Binko and Noxie. So actually, yeah, that battle for, I think that becomes 4th. We'll see how that goes in the last race. The last round is going to be at Spa. 9 laps of Spa, so that should be an interesting one. Spa always a good track to throw things up. Good overtaking in the first and last sector. Very technical in the middle sector. That's where you'll gain or lose most of your time. So a good driver can just close the gap. Someone ahead, very, very good for those who can just qualify, get those bonus points, and then work their way through the grid, picking them off one by one. That'll be a huge strength for them. So now have a look at Gibber. Gibber currently 11th in the championship, finishing 4th here today, so that is 18 points for him. I think that may be his best result thus far. Yeah, he did have a 5th in round 3, and he had a 6th in... No, he didn't have a 6th last round. He just qualified 3rd and then it came 8th. Got the equivalent to that many points. So he is sitting on... How many points did I say? 18. He's on 60 points. I haven't been noting this all down, so not quite sure where it is, but it sounds like it'll be... He will certainly move up the order. I think Gibbo is going to jump YOLO. Gibbo currently 3 points behind YOLO. YOLO getting 3 points less from this race. We'll have a look at what that does drop score wise. There's a chance they end up tied on points, YOLO and Gibbo here, going into the last round. Yeah, I make them both on 60 points. So unless my maths is wrong, YOLO and Gibbo, very, very important what they do in the last race. So that will affect where they finish compared to each other in the championship. Rob on drums, currently 8th in the championship. He's had some good results. Last round was good for him. Qualified fastest at Blue Moon, then finishing in 4th position, getting 23 points from that round. Hasn't been too strong. It's the 2 6th place finishes apart from that. Overall not too bad. This adds another 6th place to him. He is on 67 points, so 6 points behind whoever I said was on 73 earlier. Memory's naff. I just plug in the numbers. Who was it that said was on that actually? May have been Sarlacc. No, it wasn't Sarlacc. Bunnies perhaps? Might have been Bunnies. Maybe. Either way, not too far off him. Then Flashman currently in 12th, getting from this race 9 points. So that is actually joint his best result. This is the 3rd time he's got an 8th place finish. Of course, only 8 finishes this race, but of course always good to try and get points towards the championship. And he is sitting on 42 points, exactly what Gibbo had before the start of this round. So I think I've gone through all the drivers who were in the standings. Just a quick reminder, Binko sitting on 70 and Noxie sitting also on 70. So those two were tied, which can be interesting with the two who I calculated to be one of them either 72 or 73, can't remember which, and then the other guy on 67. But from me, that is going to be goodbye until next week, where we're going to be Spa. Spa, always an interesting race, so we'll see how that goes. But then that will be the last round of Season 4 Porsche Cup next week, so that should be very interesting. Then of course on the Friday we get GT7 coming out. How many days is that? 1, 2, 3, 10 days. I cannot wait for that game. Not quite going to pull an all-nighter, but going to neglect school slightly myself. But anyway, from me, that is goodbye until next week for the last round of Porsche Cup Season 4.